Hey, you guys, I'm watching Eric Stackelbeck and obviously a lot of other news channels, and thank God Israel has posted and plastered those two hostages. But you guys, this is to me, oh goodness, where would I begin? I have always said it's evil that we're feeding the enemy. Okay, now this is what I see when I see what they're talking about now. Finally. So now everybody, now that they see it with their own eyes, they're like, oh goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah, you should be saying, oh my goodness, what have we done? What have we done? We have fed the enemy. That's what they've done. And now they're all like, oh. And then they go into this part like, oh, where good is called evil and evil is called good. And just as we speak, France and this another country and all these countries, and it's going again. Look, that has been the issue far too long. That has been news far too long. Like, oh, that's the importance. No. It's like evil is right up under your nose and you're just going to make news out of it and say, and poo-poo on it. Yeah, we need to poo-poo on it. But that's not the main thing, you guys. It's not the main thing. The main thing is you're feeding the enemy. And listen, so I've known that. And it makes my skin crawl every time I have to listen to it. But I don't usually. But because I don't like hearing this griping about that. Because it's kind of like you made your bed and now lay in it, but they didn't really make that, but they kind of did, they're allowing they let the enemy in the crack, and now the enemy is wide open. So the crack was October 7th. That was the crack. And because the crack wasn't dealt with, it's bust wide open. And all this woke culture, it has seeped into even the Christians, because why are we feeding them? Why are we fighting to feed them? The Israelis know that we shouldn't have been doing it. Okay, well, now I think that all this is now, the enemy always overplays his hand. You need to remember that. But so the enemy overplayed his hand, and Hamas gave them two videos that they didn't know would backfire in their face. Okay, but what I want to tell you, what I see when I see all this. Oh, darn, this lock is so hard to open. I need both hands. Hold on. Benny. Okay, so listen. You saw the videos of these. Go ahead, Pops. All these videos. Not all, but oh, you guys. Okay, so this is what I know. My mind and heart is on the hostages a lot. I'm not going to lie and say constantly or 24/7, but it is on my heart a lot. And I know how to get sidetracked very well. Thank you very much. Yes, I do. And, but I always come back to my Jews and I think about them. If I get in a nice bed, a nice bed, food, air conditioning, anything, any luxury at all that we take for granted, I'm thinking about them. When I do think about them, and I pray for them, but listen, the look on that guy's face, the hostage, I haven't yet seen the other one, the one I saw a little bit of it, like laying down, but I haven't heard his voice. But I was in the bedroom when I heard this. I heard some whispering, and I think they played the clip of the other hostage. But so let me tell you what I bet I know is going on in their mind. First of all, have you ever been in a situation, maybe at 5 years old, you thought it was the end of the world, like when you got lost in a store and you're wondering where your parents were, okay? Have any of you guys ever been in a situation where it's kind of scary like that as an adult maybe, and you feel like there is no help? You're trapped. No one knows where you are. You can't call anybody. I don't know. I mean, I've never been in that situation that I can think of, but I can imagine. So it's like these people, it's almost like they're buried alive, no pun intended, with the tunnels And with that guy, but I mean, have you ever imagined being buried alive? They did that to the early Christians, some of them, in walls. They like buried them alive. So that guy, the one, he got the can of food. Okay. He had that look on his face and he smiled. Okay, you guys, these people, it's sort of like trafficking where they gang rape them and kill their soul. You know, they rape their soul. Okay, has anybody ever had somebody try to rape your soul? I have. So it's like they just want to rip it out and just mutilate it. Okay. Well, the Hamas is showing these hostages all of these, what do you call them, picketing, the effing Palestinian protesters marching in the streets, Palestine from the river, blah, blah. Okay. They're showing those. Okay, you guys, they're showing all this stuff to those hostages and they're killing their hope. Okay, this is why I stay in prayer for them. I pray God shines tangibly upon them to where it overpowers and overshadows the worst hell in the world for them. I pray for their hope. Okay, so this is what they're doing to them. We've already heard the testimonies when the ones that's come back. Some, a little bit, but I can just imagine. Just use your imagination. Obviously, no one does because they would have had this on the television long ago, to keep it in the forefront of people's minds. But instead, let's just murmur and complain about everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that, and we can't do this and we can't do that. Government-wise, yeah, you can. You got weapons. You got an army. You got a military. Go bomb it to hell and back. Not back. Okay, so this is what they're doing. They're showing these hostages, see, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. Everybody wants Palestine. See, I've told you before my past, I have been around narcissists. And they do. They try to kill your soul. They try to just... Okay, so they are telling these hostages, nobody cares about you. Look how long it's taken. If you've seen the footage of some were released and then some they drove out, pretended like they were going to get it released, and then they said, ha, no, you're not. And they filmed them. They were nearly in tears, but they almost can't cry anymore, I bet, because not to just stay strong in the face of the enemy, but they're so humiliated, you guys. They're just so humiliated. And the propaganda, and I bet they eat in front of them. So you've got to think of these things so you can stay soft-hearted, compassionate for your brother. They are our original brethren. They are the original humanitarians. No one needs to tell them how to be humane. I couldn't stand it when Biden was trying to tell them, the authors of humanity. God himself taught them humanity. And they taught it to the pagans. They taught it to the Gentiles. They taught it to the world. Nobody needs to give Israel a lesson in humanity. But because of this woke culture, we got to let them riot in the streets. It's freedom of speech. We got to let them have their say. No. They cut us off on YouTube, but they'll let them scream it. They'll let transgenders read and write and speak to children anytime they want. No, you guys, it's woke Christianity. It's even, and it's not like I go through the comments looking for those. I go through the comments looking for the dreams, like, I had a vision, I had a dream, and then there's a reply, and then they'll go, I did too, I had this, that, and then inadvertently I'll get and then you got to go through all the idol worshipers that, I love your channel, I love your channel, I love your channel, and I'm not saying that to accuse anybody. I'm saying that out of sarcasm. Okay? I'm just being gripey. I'm not saying they're idolizing any channels or you guys. I'm being extremely facetious, okay? It's just that I just feel like, okay, you love the channel. What is it that you liked about this show tonight? You know, or a sermon. What did you like about the sermon? Oh, I love you, Alan Nolan. I love you. You're the best. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I mean, that's okay. But think about, he's already heard that, so skip it. So that we can read other comments with information that would edify us. I mean, they need to be edified, yes. Okay, I'm getting off topic. But it's woke. It's very woke. All right? Like my previous video about the stuff 2 nights ago or something. And I'm telling you right now, these hostages and this world is so effing upside down. You guys, they should have, one of the videos I didn't upload, I said, I don't know. I was saying how Israel, why don't they just cut the cell towers? You don't pay your phone bill, you don't get service. So that can be done. Why can't they cut the phone service so that they can't get any communication to get any weapons? You guys, Israel would have done what they needed to do if Biden had given them what they needed and allowed them to do what they needed to do, because we were their only hope. Everyone else in the UN is against them. We were their only hope, and the UN would have listened to us because we're the boss, we're the biggest. But they wouldn't do it because it was Biden. But like I said, this is an example of how I cannot really be super angry and hate these demons. Palestinians are demons. I mean, and they just showed them all partying with all the food. Those are civilians. Those are the ones that turned in when 1 or 2 of these hostages escaped over there in Gaza. They were running. And see, because some of these Jews think, because they were humanitarians, they were helping some of these Gazans go to the hospital and stuff, they thought, oh, surely some of these civilians are going to help. They escaped, and you know, those Gazan civilians turned them back over to Hamas. You guys, these are demonically possessed people because it's biblical. But I also know I can't get mad because God hasn't stopped it. And he put that King Biden up in there. And he sways the hearts of kings. And he sets kings up and he sets kings down. So I can hate evil, but I can't hate the government for allowing it. I can't hate the media for not putting first things first. I can't, hate whatever gross miscarriages of justice are, gross miscarriages of justice. I can't really, because God has not intervened, and he must be doing this to, I don't get the end. The end is near. So the world will wax worse and worse, and it certainly is. But this is just me. Like I said, the other couple of videos were me doing this kind of thing. So I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe that everybody is all, I'm outraged. It's like, listen, you should have been outraged about the picketers, Palestinian picketers that are allowed. You should have been outraged when they were allowed on college campuses to camp out and break in and act like hoodlums. You should have been outraged when nobody was doing anything day one. You should have been outraged from the beginning. But everybody's too woke now, and their hearts are not very in tune, I guess, with the original humanitarians, the chosen Jews. I mean, we're so far removed from our own little selves. And I'm not saying I'm some world traveler and world whatever, but I am guilty of it. But I guess I'm thinking most Christians love the Jews like I do. But I feel like they do, but it's kind of like, let me love you from a distance. I got my life going on here. Don't bother me with your problems right now. Oh, good. I'll pray for you when I think of it. But, no, you guys. When your brother's in prison, you pray for him. You go visit him. We can't go visit them, but we can pray for them. And no, I don't go to prisons and visit, and I don't, whatever else it says to do. And I don't work right now. I have plenty of time to pray. And, I could pray more, but I don't. And so I'm not pointing any fingers here. I'm just saying I guess I'm just, can you bear one another's burdens? And this is one of my burdens I want somebody to help me bear. And if it's just a telephone video that's hearing me is all, so fine. At least I know I'm out there. Maybe I'll be heard. So all I know is that when the media wants to show all this shit, the Palestinian picketer people, we can't think of the name of them, they just don't get it. They don't get it. Israel gets it. Israel gets it real good because they know not to show the propaganda videos of Hamas that Hamas sends to them. But America, the media is part of the Illuminati. So, or whatever you call it, similar to Illuminati, it's the elite. Yeah. So they're like blaring all this crap that they're allowed to get away with, picketing, killing Jews on the street if they want to, and they get off scot-free. The Jews get death threats, and they don't profile them people. Not at all. They're just like, okay, freedom of speech. Since when? Since when has that been our law? That you can threaten somebody and get away with it. If you threaten somebody's life, that used to be a crime. And anyway, I'm just saying, think about what they're thinking. They're probably eating in front of them. If you haven't seen any of the testimonies, I would encourage you to watch them. They make them eat molded cheese that they dropped on the filthy floor and pita bread, and they make them turn their back, and then they'll drop it behind them, and then they'll say, turn around now. And when they turn around and look down, and it's, oh, my phone. And then they look down, and then they say, now pick it up and eat it. They make them actually kneel down like a dog and won't let them use their hands to eat the moldy. Okay. I am just, I want to scream. I mean, I can't even cry. It's almost so painful. I don't know. I have cried about it. But, I just don't understand why people don't see this stuff. They don't see that. I think now before even these hostages, I think people were getting kind of sick of it. Oh, another fake deal, hostage bartering. You guys, after the second time, what is that saying? You fool me once, you fool me twice, it's my bad, or something like that. Oh, listen, you guys. I mean, it's insane. This is a broken record. And they just go along with it. They're like, oh, okay, we're going to make a hostage deal. Oh, that fell through. No surprise there. Next. Oh, okay, another one. They're getting to where it doesn't even faze them. They don't realize that is effing insane. That is a mind game. And America is just laying and rolling with it. They're just rolling with it. Let's roll with it. You don't roll with the enemy. They're just rolling with it. And now, I think finally, they're like, I'm getting sick of this. Oh, you're getting sick of it? How dare you? You're getting sick of it? Oh my goodness gracious. You created it, and you made the hostages suffer through it, and through all of this, more IDF have gotten killed in this fight that shouldn't have taken this long. You guys, there was a better strategy. We can find people on Google Earth, and they couldn't kill some men in sandals with a couple of machine guns. Let's be honest with ourselves. So now, I'd rather die, and I'm sure they would too. I'm sure they don't want to live like that. They'd probably rather die than live like that. But they can't die. Just like in the tribulation, they're going to want to die, but they can't. Just think of that's how they feel right now. They want to die, but they can't. I've been there. I've been suicidal, and I not anymore, but I've had my testimony, and then, it was always a dilemma because I thought if I drink this or eat that or do this, I couldn't stand the thought of cutting myself. It was like, ugh. And if I drink this, eat that, what if it doesn't work? And I'm retarded or paraplegic or a vegetable. And I would try to starve myself sometimes, hoping I would die. I did die once, but I didn't see heaven. I didn't even know I died. They told me I died. So anyway, I'm just saying that there comes a point in your life where it's so torturous and you feel like you're buried alive. They think, and they're being told that their country has abandoned them because they only give them their slant. Do you see? Do you understand the mind game? And what is that? Mind torture? I don't know the term. It's what they do to prisoners of war. I don't know. It's like a term. I don't know what it's called right now, but they are breaking them down, you guys. And it's a slow, painful death. Very bad. And they're probably also being tortured while we watch our shows and listen to our music and try to have warm, fuzzy, good feelings, get our comfort from who knows what the hell. And I'm not mad at anybody, but I think of that when commercials pop up sometimes. Oh, look at this new foundation. Oh, this bra is so blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, which one of my sisters is shopping for this, and this? Because it's showing up on my phone. It's like, I know what you guys are shopping for. Spanx, whatever. But seriously, these commercials, I'm thinking, I had an image one night. I'm thinking to myself, when the trib hits and all crashing down and somebody's on their phone trying to figure something out and a commercial will pop up. It'll probably be like, you want to save $5,000 on your car insurance? And everybody... And I pictured some la person going, oh, but wait, maybe I want to check this out. Let me buy some gold real quick and some silver. And they're like looking, ooh, I like that. I like those shoes. I'm like, ooh. I'm not saying we need to die to ourselves, or maybe I am. I'm just like, these are Jews. And then when they wanted to go on about the flood victims and the thing flooding, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? How many children have to die at once for someone to have a big prayer meeting? Because, and for the whole world to pray and care. There are thousands of children dying every day from being raped to death. And when I say every 30 minutes, I mean it. Continually, every 30 minutes, one child. Just one. Over and over and over and over all day long. They probably throw them on a pissed up mattress and give them a sandwich all day long. How many children have to die? Is it only the loved children that get the prayers? What about the forgotten children, the children that have no birth certificate? no social, because they were born into it as an infant. They were never documented. I mean, I just wish. The world has waxed worse and worse already, we know. A lot of porn, a lot of pedophilia, obsessions, and then this. And we're so cold that it's just like another day. Another day. No, it's so bad. It's so bad. Can you just pick one type of people you want to pray for? Do you want to pray for the little children trafficked, or the adult women trafficked, or the Jews? The Jews you really have to, because the Bible says. Do you want to pray for abused dogs? Well, probably not. Do you want to pray for prisoners? You know, it's the highways and hedges here, you guys. It's the highways and hedges. And that's how I read my Bible, with common sense, okay? And I've explained all that in other videos. So I just want to if anybody hears, I hope the rapture's soon. I know the Jews will be protected. I'll share you a video. It makes sense. So I hope no more pain and suffering when they have unwalled villages, and then the whole world is going to see that God protected them. So that tells me they're going to be there to be protected, and from then on out. And I know they call it Jacob's trouble, but I saw a video tonight, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And they didn't say they didn't say they agree with me, what I've explained, but what they did say sounded like what I'm thinking, that they will be protected. But we are hopefully getting out of here soon, and things are definitely worse and worse. Things in the 70s, 60s, if this stuff were talked about, people would be going, whoa. I said in another video, I said when that happened to Elizabeth Smart or that other girl, it was on the whole nationwide news. I mean, we're so conditioned, is what I mean, I guess. We're like, wow, that's bad. But, let's pray. But why weren't you praying? I mean, what was it? Oh, the Epstein files. That pissed me off. Oh, they want to know. They want justice. Why? Now you want justice? Oh, now? When it's because of a rich man's crime. There's children, you guys, all day long, every day, for years. And it doesn't matter. It's not newsworthy until it's Jeffrey Epstein. Then it matters that all these videos and paperwork come out. Oh, then it matters. Why? Why is that? It always mattered. It always mattered. Just please pray for the peace of Jerusalem and for Israel. Psalm 25:22, to be delivered out of all her troubles. Now we know that won't happen in the way we think of peace and being delivered out of all the troubles. But what it means is, in the storm, in the fire, and in the trials, they have peace. They have strength. Their faces are like a flint. They feel the presence of God. God is for them. That's the kind of peace they need. We're supposed to pray for that. And we're also prophesying when we pray that. Probably prophesying the end, because that's really the only time they'll have peace, is in the end. So I pray for their peace in this heinous. I shared a video of some of the families totally crushed and devastated. Think of some of the people that have come back, the hostages that haven't spoken up because it was probably too heinous. Some of them girls were probably pregnant. I mean, can you just use your own brain to imagine the horrors? Don't be so, oh, I don't want to think about that. That's ugly. Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly. And it happened to somebody you're supposed to love. Love your neighbor as yourself. but you love yourself more, that you don't have a thought about it. So yeah, they probably can't talk. They got to now figure out, should they have an abortion or not? Because it's a Palestinian man from raping them. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard any of those testimonies, but I have in that last video or whatever. And this guy can't stop crying. His son is gone. And you guys, they're just so strong. But this is like genocide happened to like thousands of them, you guys. It's like Jack the Ripper on steroids with thousands of the human beings. The worst case scenario of murder and torture. And we should have annihilated them. We should have flattened that place. On October 8th, we should have flattened the place. And that's why. That's why. Because Jack the Ripper was on the loose. And now Jack the Ripper's being fed. It's the only country in the whole world where murder is legal. Murder is legal. They wouldn't let any other country get away with that. I'm just saying. I know it's probably God allowing it. Of course it would be. But it could be punishment for, like, for me it is, because I'm punished. I feel, God, this hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I mean, I'm not saying I could have done some. Okay, I just want to bring that up. Please pray for Israel and that the Lord would deliver them out of all of their troubles and the peace of Jerusalem. Those who love Israel, I forget what the verse is. You can Google it. You're basically loving God. You're loving the humans that are closest to his heart. And it's not like it's favoritism. My mother had favoritism with the youngest. And she would be disrespectful to me a lot. And I'd say, you know what, Mommy? I will help you spoil Susie. I love her. I'm not jealous or anything. But what I can't stand is the disrespect. The disrespect. And I told her, I'd say, Mommy, God has favorites too. They're the Jews. But, you know, he doesn't treat the not favorites, the Gentiles, because you can only have one favorite, right? I mean, I know some mothers may tell each one of their children, you're my favorite, you're my favorite. That's cute, that's cool. But we all know they're God's favorite. And we're in his image, so parents, you usually do have a favorite as well, don't you? But it doesn't mean you love your others less. And hopefully you don't treat the others less. So I would tell my mother, I'm like, hey, that's normal. That's normal, Mommy, because God even has favorites. But God doesn't treat the other like crap. He doesn't disrespect us. No, he loves us too. It's just the Jews are his favorite. Big deal. I don't have to be somebody's favorite. I grew up seeing that. I have no problem. And then my little brother, the half brother, he was the favorite in that household. And I tell you what, both of them, the youngest in both families, and they're my half brother and half sister, they grew up to be the best humans I've ever met. They are awesome human beings. And I'm telling you, they were super spoiled bad. Meaning tantrums bad. It was bad. Spoiled rotten is the term. So they are everybody loves them. Everybody. They grew up as wonderful, perfect adults. Anyway, let's pray for the Jews. All right. Love you guys. God bless you. And let's get out of here. And it's not about works. I'm just saying, can we think more about God's people? If there's nothing else we can do. I was witnessing to a guy at the park, and I tell you, it was dusk. It was getting dark, and it was drizzling a little bit. And my dog wanted to get in the car kind of. He thought he was ready to go. And then I started talking to this guy, and I had to spit it out real fast, real fast. And then every now and then he'd start to say something, and I'd cut him off. Yeah, but because I could tell he was a Christian, but he was trying to make excuses about, you know how some do, like, what's that book? I've never heard of it. The Cipher or the Siphon, Cypher, some kind of lost books of the Bible. So it was that kind of, you know, and I would say, yeah, but da da da, yeah, but da da. And I was in a hurry. It was getting dark. I had to get my dog in the car. I had to go home. I'm not walking my dog after dark, and I'm not going to be talking to some man when it's dark outside and everyone at the park is going home. And I got to get my dog in. So we're talking, and I'm just spitting it out. He was a very shy, demure, quiet type, gentle looking, sounding, acting guy. And I could tell he was probably like, boy, I can't get a word in edgewise with this girl. But I don't care, because if somebody ever does that to you, doesn't let you get a word in edgewise when you're witnessing or something, and he was saved anyway, so, or I guess, well, I don't know what. So just have some mercy before you want to judge them, because they may be late for an appointment. I wasn't, but I'm not going to be out after dark. So, you know, cut people like that with some slack if that happens one time where they have to rush off. But I had to just get it out, because it was almost like he was trying to, what is that word where you're trying to deflect and make excuses? Yeah, but this, and you're like he's not trying to twist anything, but he was trying to get off the subject. And I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know the term. So I'm just saying, I didn't have time for that little play around, because what would happen if we got into some deep discussion? You want me to sit here on the bench with you after dark till midnight or what? No, dude, I'm getting in my car in a minute. I only got 10 minutes here. So I forgot why I brought that up, but I'm just saying, if we don't do that, I don't even do that. I happen to do that day. If we're not even, we can at least pray for the Jews. If that's the only thing we do, pray for your family and pray for the Jews. All right. God bless you. Bye.